Shalom, shalom, following Yeshua. Welcome again to the Rock. It's quite astounding and very interesting, sad, of the level of people that continue to operate as if everything is going to return back to normal. It's almost like they hope, hey, if I just keep doing the same thing, things are going to go back to the way they used to be. If I just pretend or act like it's going to return back to the way it was, it will. And that is actually getting people hurt really badly, even killed. Because people are not taking heed and paying attention to what is really going on in this world. Two women in Georgia, I believe it was in the last week, were killed. I believe one was jogging and one was walking their dog. And it reaffirms that thought that why are people doing some of these things? Why are people operating as if everything is going to be normal? Do people not see the sickness? Do not people see what is truly being perpetuated here? It's almost like they're getting people to the point where there is a sort of miniature purge. And that's sad and sickening. What makes it worse is that people can see things are getting worse, and still that normalcy bias sets in, and it's like because I don't know what to do, or because I refuse to make moves based on what I am seeing, I just need to keep acting like everything's normal, everything is going to be okay. It's not. Things are changing. Things are changing. And people are not paying attention to the changes that are taking place. And it's sad. I sit back and I wonder how many men are going to have to compromise their own ideals because they're not making moves right now. How many men are going to be placed in a situation where they're going to have to hurt other people, something that they never thought that they would ever have to do? They're going to have to steal. They're going to have to cause harm, assault, because they're not taking care of themselves. They're not preparing anything. How many women, despite the fact they see what they see, despite it's always it's happening over there. That just happens in LA, or that just happens in Atlanta, or that just happens in New York. And the attacks are broadening. They're broadening. There's a story of a nurse in the last year or two in Arkansas that was, I believe, jogging and got kidnapped or got hit and by a car, and the dude raped her. And then killed her. Made sure I believe he raped her dead body. This is in the last year or two. There are stories like this everywhere. Brothers in this faith telling me that their own mother got assaulted. Guns pulled on 70-year-old women, and people just keep operating like everything's normal. See, women used to be the people in society, that people usually would avoid, as far as, crime, as far as perpetuating, harm to people. There were always those that were sick enough to rape and stuff like that. But now it seems that women have become the target, because everybody knows the Bible says the women are the weaker vessel. So women used to be kind of off limits. Even in areas where I live, women were kind of off limits. Dudes went after dudes when it came to stuff like that. But now women have become the target because everybody knows, hey, they're weak. Well, I got a gun. People still know you're weak. It is what it is. The whole idea, back in the, I don't know if any of you ever watched the movie Titanic. Women and children get on the boat first. Man, women and children are the targets now. People target the children and use the children to get at the adults. Because the sickness is getting worse and worse and worse. And, despite the warnings, people don't take heed. Let's just keep operating like nothing's happening. Because maybe if I operate like that long enough, I can convince myself that things aren't happening that way. Maybe if I operate that way long enough, it won't happen to me. And those are the ones that are being hurt. Those are the ones that are being targeted. We got to get to a point. And I'm speaking for those in the faith, because I know a couple of sisters in the faith that have been hurt. Because they had this figment of their imagination. Well, nothing's going to harm me because Yah's got me. And then they get hurt. When I speak about this, I'm not speaking about this stuff from some perspective, some far off perspective. I'm speaking of it because I know things that have happened to people. Some it's violence, some it's theft, some it's attempted carjackings. One of the things, there's a reason why I strive as much as I can to keep the sisters here. But, there's one of the sisters I was talking to, and she had been, in a situation where she was almost carjacked. I told her, I said, one thing that I was always taught is if you're driving in late at night, let's just say you stop at a red light and there's a car in front of you and there's a car in back of you. You want to make sure, one of the things that I was always taught, you want to make sure you keep anywhere between 5 to 10 feet in between you and the car in front of you, because if somebody comes after you, or you see someone walking at your car, you want to be able to hit the gas and get around the car in front of you. But if you pull up 2 inches behind the car in front of you and the car behind you pulls up behind you, there's no room for you to maneuver. You want to have the ability to maneuver your vehicle, especially in these large cities. But we got people taking their dogs for walks in parks. Nobody's around them, even if you had a firearm. Do you know how fast things happen? Do you know how fast somebody could be up on you? Because some of them, they be walking around with their earphones in their ears or gabbing on their phone, and there's no situational awareness. It's dark outside, and you think you're safe because you got the lights on, the city lights on, and it's you and your dog. And you're either on your cell phone or you're listening to music, and one of the most important things as far as you being able to be situationally aware, which is being audible, being able to hear, is taken away. You over there singing your favorite song, distracted. Why are you even walking the dog at night? Or jogging at night? Do we not see where we are? Do we not see where we are in history? Or how we are duplicating what has always been. Societies rise, societies fall. And the people that usually suffer the most are the people that refuse to acknowledge the falling society. Or the ones that get so hyper spiritual that they don't ever think that anything's going to happen to them because Yah's got them. They're disillusioned with what is truly going on. And it's usually the innocent that suffer. Because when you look at those women that died, their children don't have a mother. Or you men who are not situationally aware. Well, you do know your wife and your children are gone. Because women, in this society we operate into where are the men at? Where are the ones standing up for these women? Well, today men have come to the understanding of, I'm not risking my life for that. I'm not risking my life for some random person. I want to go home to my family. I want to go home to my wife and children. Or wives and children. I'm not trying to risk my life for every person that decides that they want to go, walking at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not saying that they did. And I'm not trying to be not sensitive to the situation of death. But the reality of it is that we have to think. We got to be wiser. Men, you got to be wiser in regards to your homes. Women, this is why I speak about some of the things that I speak about in the live streams. Getting covered and things like that. Because some people have they're so disconnected with what really is going on in this world. And it's easier to be like this. Well, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Because if I see it and I don't have an action to make or a move to make, I'm going to feel stuck. And I don't want to feel stuck. People don't want to acknowledge when things are changing. When the world is changing. Let's just keep pretending like it's not going that way. Bible tells us to be wise, to operate in understanding, which comes from Yah, which comes from keeping His law. It doesn't say operate in our feelings and in blind hope. I just hope things are going to be okay. It doesn't say that. But yet many of us continue to operate that way. What's it going to take? Hopefully it doesn't take, men, your wife not coming home because you sent her out to the grocery store real quick. Women, hopefully it doesn't take for the utmost worst thing for you that to happen to you because you want to operate without a covering. It's too late. It is too late when that danger is at your front door. It is too late when that person grabs you. It is too late when crime is right there and you weren't prepared. It's too late. So then, well, maybe I should have sent her out. Or, well, maybe I should have had a covering. It's too late when it's happening to you at that moment. It's too late to learn to train with your firearm when you need it. It's too late to wish you had, I wish I had that knife. I wish I had that pepper spray. I wish we had a plan. I wish we had food. I wish we had water. It's too late when the shelves are empty. It's too late. Bless y'all. Shalom.